In our last discussion, we discussed about what is joy and what is pleasure, and why do we have a tendency to get blown away towards the pleasure. Apart from the scientific significance of pleasure, is there anything else? Why do we like pleasure? So we discussed about everything. And from last few discussion, we are continuing to discuss on devotion and Advait. We discussed the various flaws and concept of Advait and devotion. We discussed what is devotion and how devotion is better than meditation. If you are seeker, if you are in search of truth, meditation and devotion, these are the two paths. So we discussed that how devotion is going to help you. So now the question is, we have seen that once you experience Advaita, so when I say the experience of Advaita, it means there is a ladder which is going to take you out from this Maya or from this illusion. So the first step of the ladder, we already discussed this in our first session. So the first step of the ladder is realization. You got a question. So as we have discussed multiple times, that we are here not to draw some conclusion. We already have various answers. Too much knowledge is already spread around us. We don't need new knowledge. So we are not going to draw any conclusion. We are just going to intensify our quench so that the search of water can increase. That is the whole and sole purpose of these discussions. So as we were discussing, once you realize, so as we were discussing, once you realize the Advait, it means you are on the first, it means you are on the first step of a ladder that will take you outside from the stream. It doesn't mean that you have enlightened after getting this first experience. Anyone who will either meditate or go for devotion. So Advait might be not for all the cases, but Advait might be his first experience. So don't get satisfy yourself in the beginning itself. This is just the first step of the ladder. We don't know how much travel is pending, how much more steps we need to take. So once you experience the Advait as a first step, so what you should do, how you can continue to devotion. Because Advait says that there is no God, there is no one else apart from you. Then where you are gonna to surrender? If there is no one, how you can presume anyone and surrender? How you can surrender before the idols? So that is the primary questions before them who has experienced Advait. So now the question arises, what shall we do? Shall we leave the path of devotion and keep on searching that what is Advait, who is me, what is outside the stream, what is my original form? I don't know what should be the right path. Since I am also a seeker, I have also experienced this first step of the ladder, that this concept of Advaita is true and there is no multiple. I am the one, so I am the speaker and I am the listener. You are not there. So, first step is already done. So now we know that there is no God, there is no other. So, whom shall I worship? Where shall I surrender? The path what I have chosen and what I practice, that is the path of the devotion itself. It's very thin rope now. When you have not experienced Advaita, it was easy to take the path of devotion. But now it's not easy. The path of devotion has become very difficult because you know the one who is worshipping and the one who is getting worshipped, there is no difference between those two. At one side, you have experienced that there is no two, and on the other side, you are worshipping someone else. At one end, I know that there is no Almighty, and on the other hand, I leave everything to that Almighty. It's difficult. In the beginning, it was very easy when I have not experienced Advait, but now it's very difficult. So now you will ask why I'm doing that. What is the purpose of that? Because you already know that there is no one else apart from you, then why you are surrendering yourself? And what is the benefit of that surrender? And moreover, more important than this, how you are going to get that devotion for the one who does not exist. See, devotion is required because even though you have crossed the first step of the ladder, there is more travel that is pending. And we are into this body, we are into this mind, we are just slave of this mind and body. We have we have a limitation. So not surrendering means you have given your thread in the hand of your mind. So once mind has your control, it will not allow you to uplift. It's not going to leave you like that. By only surrendering, you are going to cut the thread between you and your mind. And it's required to uplift yourself to the another step of that ladder. First step was the feeling of Advaita, and the second step is just to make distance from your mind. Because till this time, mind was always your master and your identity was a slave. Now, after the experience of Advaita, you want other way around. You want your identity to be master and mind as a slave. So, do you think a master is going to lose its identity so easily? It's not like that. If you are not surrendering to the God, it means you are telling your mind that please leave your mastership and let me master you. You become my slave, I will be your master. Do you think it is it possible that any master will be ready to be slave anytime? So just by surrendering yourself to the God, surrendering yourself to that Almighty, you are going to cut your thread between you and your mind.